most financial experts won't tell you is that finances are emotional. Every decision that you make as it relates to how you earn money, what you do with it when it hits your bank account, is emotional. Even the most logical, practical decisions you think you're making is about a feeling. The things that we want to experience, the things that we want to own and possess, is to create a feeling. It doesn't matter if there's $10 million in your account and you're not doing anything with it because you're trying to create an emotional experience. That is how we process our lives. That is how we exist in this physical world, is through feelings. Our emotions dictate everything. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that you need to understand. The emotion that absolutely ruins your finances is shame. Shame says that something's wrong with you. Shame says that you are bad, not a decision that you made, not a mistake, not an experience, but you are fundamentally bad. There's something wrong with you. And that feeling can make the most awful stories and narratives that live rent-free in your brain that create horrible decisions. Things like delaying asking for help, getting therapy, getting out of fear, missing out on opportunities to grow because you feel ashamed of yourself. And not integrating shame and shining a light on that shadow so that you can really see that it's just a teeny tiny bug will really hold you back. Shame is so powerful that even when you think that you're prioritizing safety, that you're prioritizing what makes the most sense, what you're really doing is hiding. And that does yourself a huge disservice. Shame is more powerful than joy, is more powerful than fear and doubts, because doubts are kind of temporary. They come, they go, and it's really easy to navigate that. But shame, not so much. If there's something that you are so afraid of people finding out about you, or so afraid of being perceived a certain way, then that means that it literally controls you, right? When people talk about living within your means, this is a perfect example. They'll say, you need to live within your means. That is the best financial decision that you can make. It's boring, it's simple. But people don't live outside of their means for no apparent reason. How does it feel when you're the only one in a group that isn't doing what everyone else is doing, that isn't dressing how everyone dresses, or driving the cars everyone else drives, or your house is not the interesting house on the block? That creates feelings of shame. And if you feel ashamed of yourself, then it leads to, well, I don't belong here. And then it leads to either you isolating yourself or making decisions based on that I don't belong here belief, missing out. And rejecting opportunities because you don't belong and you don't deserve it. It just escalates. Studies also show that anybody that's experiencing financial hardship handles it the same exact way. So that cycle that we go on, because our financial system really punishes people who under-earn. So when you're in that cycle, which is really hard to get out of, and you're in this hamster wheel, it doesn't matter if you've had money before. It doesn't matter if you're really educated or financially literate. You respond the same way because, again, this is an emotional experience. So you might feel scared or attacked or vulnerable, and you might feel like you can't trust anyone. And it's really hard to be creative and to think about solutions when you're in that state. So one of the most powerful decisions that you can make in your financial life is to overcome shame. It's to look at the things that you feel like you would absolutely hate for people to find out and interrogate what that story really represents for you. Ask yourself, well, why do I carry shame? Most of the time, it doesn't even belong to you. Most of the time, it belongs to a parent, another adult that was in your formative years influencing you in a certain way, sometimes religious institutions, sometimes just the broader culture, things that we're taught that we're supposed to be embarrassed of, things that might even be a positive attribute, but they're not necessarily associated with people like you. For example, being an ambitious woman. Ambition is something that our culture celebrates, but we don't celebrate it in everyone, right? So things like that can create shame. How do you react when you're carrying these feelings around? You're constantly trying to bury it. You're constantly trying to overcome that feeling, and your finances take a hit as a result of that. So when people just sit there and say, well, it's just easy to make certain financial decisions, it's easy to decide to get a side hustle and pay off your debt and do these things, what they're missing is the emotional experience. What they're missing is the context of how these things impact you emotionally and influence your financial decisions. Once you overcome shame, things really fire up and you can move forward with your life financially and finally become financially secure, because that's a feeling, right? That it's not about the money in your bank account. It's about how you feel about the money that's in your bank account. There's billionaires out there, we know who they are, that feel like they don't have enough money. That's not financial security. If you can't wake up in the morning and feel like I'm okay, you're not financially secure. It doesn't matter. It's not a dollar amount. It is a feeling. And once shame is eradicated, then you can finally begin to heal financially. So I'm a coach. I'm a money, power, and story coach. I have a sociology background, and I'm certified in trauma of money. I work with entrepreneurs and founders to help them heal their relationship with money so they can show up as better leaders, make aligned money, and just live the lives that they were meant to live, the ones that are actually aligned with them, who they are authentically. And that's what we're all here to do, because being overcome with shame to live someone else's life or someone else's idea of what success is, that is no way to live. So if all of those things are something that interests you, go to the link in the description box and schedule a discovery call. Or if you want to hit the ground running, you can go ahead and schedule a build your offer session where we can work through all the things that you're working on right now, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and we can figure out some changes that you can make to your offer that either makes you more money or creates more ease, right? So if that's something that you're interested in doing, the links are in the description box below. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next YouTube video. I will be showing up here a lot more often for the long format conversation. See you next time.